Our undergraduate students this past Tuesday delivered their sport highlight reels. It was 2 minutes of their images and a description of their sport experience. And it was fascinating to watch them lean into each other's stories. Our sports and activities were so different, and yet the themes and the feelings were really the same. Another said, I hadn't realized how lucky I was to have the opportunities that some kids don't get. And another said, I didn't see myself as a real athlete, but I've always been active, and it's made a big impact on me. So why are images and sports stories so enduring? Why do we connect with them? I'd contend it's because of that personal emotional connection. I'll bet each of you could make your own sport collage. What would it look like? Would it include the people who made those moments possible, the patient lesson, the encouraging fist pump, maybe a Band-Aid on a knee, or a hug when you needed it most? Maybe just a nod from the sideline. With the right bus driver, our youth sports bus brings youth to a place of self-discovery and learning. And when we embark on athletic challenge, it goes so much further than the sports field. The lessons that we can learn, the struggles, the frustrations, those moments of defeat, we learn tenacity, we learn teamwork. Those have ripples far beyond the sports field. The promise of sport offers powerful transformational outcomes for young people. But these are experiences, like inclusion, that we can't leave to chance, and they don't just happen automatically. And sadly, we've got some youth sport bus drivers that take kids to such negative places that they actually do damage to these young lives. And they actually drive them away from any future sport experience. So our ambition, the work that my team and I do, is to tip the scale, is to bring sports leaders and coaches into play who understand their role and who understand the opportunity, the possibility of transformation through sport experience. So who's driving our sport bus? It's a graduate of our master's program, Josh Tuafalele, 6'2", 320 pounds. He's imposing. But here's what he says about development. When a student athlete walks through my doors, it's my duty to ensure that he will leave our program the best version of himself that he can be. Who's driving our bus? It's Carla Landis, who's using the ERG Ed program to go into every middle school in Seattle Public Schools and introduce kids to rowing and to the very waterways that they thought were inaccessible to them. Who's driving our bus? It's Diane Coutier, it's Adrian Moore, it's Andy Harriet, because they're joining with us to think about how to create a new tool to help assess what coaches are doing on the field. It's not just about a good quote, it's about what they're doing in practice. Who's driving our bus? I predict it's going to be some of those undergraduate students, because they're beginning to see this connection between sport and education. And one of them came up to me and said, how do we make sure every child gets a chance for these opportunities? Why this work? Because we believe in the transformative power of sport. It creates meaningful links with schools and communities. It develops those skills that create resilience, that give them strategies to face future challenges. It encourages healthy lifestyles and lifelong habits of activity and exercise. But these experiences don't just happen by chance. So we're recruiting, training, supporting, and cheering on youth sport bus drivers that will take our young people to places where they'll experience the transformative promise of sport. Thank you.